This week it's an instrument that's travelled over 8,500 miles to be here on review. Keep watching. Yes, welcome back. Ukulele Review Day. As ever, the short summary video review, you'll find all the detail in the link below, which will take you to the website where I explain much more about the background to this instrument. Thank yous, as ever, running across the bottom of the screen. These people have donated to help keep the site going. It's the only way I can do this every week is through donations, because I to bring you things. So my eternal thanks to those. If you look at the links below, you'll find ways that you can donate, such as the Patreon, or directly through YouTube now with the super thanks button. And if you like what you see on this channel, why not hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the YouTube account? That would be much appreciated too. Okay, this instrument come a long way to come here. I've looked at two of instruments from this guy before, a baritone and a tenor, and he is a builder from Nicaragua called Nestor Fuentes Castillo. Builds under the name of NFC ukuleles, which I know people have really started to take to. I loved the instruments I've looked at before. They were certainly quirky and had little issues to them, but they were clearly well made, and he's clearly a very well-trained guitar maker. There was a lot of guitar makers' tradition in the instrument. So tenor, baritone, tenor, and now concert. And let's just take a moment to have a look at this, because I opened the box on this one, the case, and thought, oh my word. We have a solid English spruce top, two pieces, with this sunburst, which we'll come on to, paired with two pieces again of Nicaraguan cocobolo on the back and sides. I think that's stunning. I think that's stunning. And I love how he's done the sunburst, so it puts a dark stain on and then you buff out the middle, because otherwise I think regular spruce would look really odd against this cocobolo. But with the sunburst, it blends into it, and that orange matches the reds in the cocobolo on the back. It is absolutely beautiful, I think. I really, really like it. Really, really, really like it. What a lovely looking instrument. Let's move on. I could just talk about that all day. The bridge is made of cocobolo. One or two little tooling marks in it. I've said that before about Nestor's instruments, but he's a luthier. He's not a robot on a production line, so bear that in mind if you're buying a luthier instrument. It's to be expected, and it's actually the mark. It tells you that it's been made by a man, a human, or a woman. It's a tie bar fitted with a slightly curved top bone saddle. Reason for that will become obvious in a moment. And that's all very good, really. The decoration, again, sympathetic. That's cocobolo edge binding against cocobolo, but just to give it that connection on the edge, coupled with these purfling strips, and then around the sound hole edge, I like the purfling strips down there, by the way, as well. That's really nice. And then around the sound hole is a wood called leopard wood. Never seen that before. Very attractive. Again, a little bit odd on the finishing around the edge, but it shows you it's been done by eye and done by a human, as I say. Finished in a gloss that I put some sneak peeks up on, and people said, oh, it looks a bit thick. It's not thick at all. It's really thin gloss, and it's really nicely done. It's just deep and well polished, so that's the point. You'll have spotted sound hole on the side, sound port, which is nice. It allows me to look inside. And inside, he has finished and stained the inside with a Danish oil or something like that, so it's not just bare wood. Again, another classy guitar maker's appointment, that. The sound hole is strengthened on the top as well, as I can see. Notched linings, thin braces, all very tidy in there. I like that. He hasn't specified the neck wood to me in the specs he sent over. Might be mahogany, not sure. It's in three pieces. The joint up at this headstock is very well hidden. The joint at the heel is not well hidden. That's a cocobolo heel cap, though. That irritates me a little, I'm afraid, Nestor. And then running down the middle is a skunked stripe of cocobolo. So it's actually in several pieces, but that's obviously a deliberate joint. I like that. Tapers down to a fairly rounded but not too bad profile, and a roomy 37mm, 30mm from G2A, and I love these little lips on this style, so when you're playing up, your finger sort of feels that lip and you know you're at first position. I love that. Yeah, that's very nice. The fingerboard is more cocobolo with this wonderful double stripe purfling edge around it, which frames it. It's really, really sweet. Again, one or two tooling marks and a bit of finish around the polish around the frets. Sorry, God, it's been a long weekend already. and it's got a radius to it, and this is important because the baritone of his I looked at had a very severe radius, a bit too much for me. The tenor was better. This is shallower again. I don't have the measurement, he hasn't provided it, but it's there, but it's not over the top. 17 frets, 13 to the body joint, slightly unusual. Position dots facing out at 3, 5, 7, 10 and 12, and because it shows that Nestor has been listening, because I complained about the fact he didn't have these before, this one has side dots, which I always have trouble getting in focus on these videos. So the side dots in the same positions, they're in pearl, really nice. The nut is bone, set up really good. The headstock, something else he's been listening about, it's quite a chunky square headstock, and I said in the past that I thought he left them a little bit bare without a logo, so he's put this NFC logo in, which is the outline of the country Nicaragua. I think it would look better if it was in cream than this white. It's a little bit stark, but I'm just glad he's put it there. The headstock is faced in Cocobolo, and it's also on the back as well. I love that technique. These tuners are Grover open gears, same as I have on Canolair instruments. They're really, really good quality. Finishing it off, set of Aquila strings. A very sort of arts and craftsy hard case that's made for Nestor by somebody local to him in Nicaragua, although he will do you a cross rock case if you want it. And the price includes worldwide shipping, so bear that in mind, because that's quite a chunk. $800. Prices have clearly gone up because this is now more than the tenor I looked at. Saying that, there's a lot more work in this than in the tenor. This finish and all of this purfling, there's a lot of man hours gone into this. I can see where the time's gone. It's not a price for everybody, but for a luthier instrument that is certainly quirky and different to look at, this doesn't look like much else that's on the market. I understand why it's that much money, and in fact, when you compare it to things like some Moonbirds, which aren't luthier instruments, that are $1,500, it's probably quite good value when you look at it that way. As I say, really well put together. One or two little tooling marks in it, but I kind of like them for that. The looks are to die for me, I think. I absolutely adore the look of it. It's not heavy, 635 grams, balances really well, yeah. Needs to have a play. And this, as I say, the setup's very good. The strings are probably still stretching, so give it a bit. Bear that in mind. Plus the battery on my tuner's going. This is a strobe tuner. Always use the strobe tuner because people still comment, yes, still, that I deliberately play instruments out of tune to make them look bad. No. Okay. Volume. It's good. It's not the loudest instrument. It's certainly barreling back into my chest. And that's the sustain. There. Sustain's good. Volume, I'm not saying it's quiet. I just heard punch it. Feel as lively as I wanted it to play strummed. Bear in mind though, I've got a really busted up nail on my strumming finger, but let's have a play of the finger pick. Now, this is where it gets really zingy. This is a bright instrument with a lot of richness on the mids, spruce and cocobolo. That's what it's going to be. Plus it's a concert, of course. think it's more of a picker's instrument, definitely. Different strings would sort of change it up on the strumming. None of this is a criticism because I think it sounds really nice. I love that bright to mids. It's not a bassy instrument. It's a pretty sounding instrument. It works really well. The looks are to die for. I think the build's really good. I think what's been nice about looking at these NFCs is that when he sent his first one over, it was clear he was just starting out, and I picked quite a few holes with it. He sent me the tenor over, things got better. He sent me this concert over, they're better still. I mean, this is serious competition for some luthiers out there. I think it's a really nice instrument. It's not perfect, but I wouldn't want it to be perfect. The NFC Cutaway concert, solid English spruce top, solid Cocobolo back and sides, Cutaway, $800, all the way from Nestor Fuentes Castillo in Nicaragua. Thank you for the loan. Very nice instrument indeed. Okay, thanks very much for watching, everybody. I will be back next week. It's really busy at the moment, but I'm trying to just keep taking the blog funds from the donations back in. I've had something else arrive yesterday because somebody requested it. I try to do that. If I can get hold of them, I will. So thanks for your support. Enjoy your week ahead and the bank holiday in the UK, and go very carefully. See you soon. Bye bye.